Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Java with the Jibs. My name is Jim Meyer, broker associate of Remax Gold. I'm here with my good friend Blaine Santos. Blaine, thank you so much for stopping by this morning for Java with the Jibs. Blaine, he's done a lot of stuff in his life, and he's a great guy who will drop everything and do whatever you ask him to do. So he is top there as far as being a friend. But one thing that fascinates me about Mr. Blaine Santos is that he has probably shot more wedding videos than anybody. And so, if you were looking to make some extra cash, side hustle, or turn it into a career, I am going to try to get Blaine to drop some knowledge bombs on us. Blaine, will you do that today?
Sure, whatever it is. I've always been teaching the entire time I've been working.
Okay, and but more important, did you see Indiana Jones 5 yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet. It's not high on my list to see. Not too many movies in theaters want me to spend 20 or 30 bucks to go see it at theaters nowadays. But I do plan to see it eventually.
Yeah, I plan on seeing it right after I see The Pest Part 2. No, for the sake of our conversation, I'm going to pretend that I went and saw it, and we'll edit that part out later. Hey, Blaine, I just saw Indiana Jones 5. Did you see it?
Not yet, but how was it?
Well, it was horrible, but I asked myself, why did Kathleen Kennedy do all the work that she did to make this movie? And then it finally occurred to me, she was trying to do a service to the Hollywood community. She has finally made Star Trek 5 and Rocky 5 look like absolute masterpieces. So God bless you, Kathleen Kennedy. Blaine, let's get down to what's that look on your face for?
I'm just smiling. I'm enjoying
Okay,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, that's Blaine Smile. What we're gonna do is I love the fact that you work very hard and you put 110% of yourself in everything you do. If somebody's out there watching and they want to get into the business of being a wedding videographer, I probably said photographer earlier. I don't know what I said, but you want to shoot wedding videos, Blaine, how what does someone do?
Well, the joking way of answering the question is, do you want to be a wedding videographer? What should I do to get into it? I would say, don't get into it. The reason why is it takes a special mindset to work in that industry. It is completely different than like film work that I work on or photography work. You have one chance to do it right the first time. You're working with hectic locations, people who are drunk, bridezillas, mother-in-laws. I went to film school years after I had started working in the video production industry and doing weddings. And my instructors said, how am I still sane after doing so many weddings? I used to train new videographers every year to be in the industry. And I would walk them through every step. I would get them on set. I would get them in locations and weddings and events. And I would hire 10 guys, and half of them wouldn't make it through a season. And the other half almost never made it through the next season. The one or two guys who made it would stick with it for years and then move on to do their own productions. They start their own companies. It is a very different mindset than most companies and most photography and videography you might want to do, but it's a great crucible to learn through. I have a lot of fun with it. I have probably filmed personally 500 or 600 weddings at my edited probably twice that many. I used to work for a company. We do multiple weddings in one weekend. In my heyday, I was doing 40 plus events a year, plus editing 2 or 3 a week. It takes a special person to work in that industry. I got started on it by the funniest way possible, by a broken tripod. Yeah. I was videotaping an event and my tripod broke and I had to hand hold a 90-minute play. Trust me, it was the worst video I ever shot in my life. And so we found an editing company to edit it and fix it, and this, image stabilize it. And they were looking for hire. They were hiring people, and I did the interview, and didn't get hired. 2 weeks later, they called me up and said, "Hey, I hired 7 guys. 3 of them didn't last a week. Are you still interested?" And I started working with them. It was a rough start, and shall we say, the rest is history. And now I'm working in video, event, film, photography. I do all kinds of different mediums.
So if somebody's watching this and they're about to get married, should they call you to
Yeah.
videotape them?
Oh yeah. Modern Bride did a article about wedding videography. This was about 20 years ago. And they said 50% of all brides and grooms who did not do video regret it. Because video is one of those things where you capture the moment of voices and action. I have times where I videotaped a wedding and the father of the bride stood up and had this beautiful speech. And it took us about 4 to 6 weeks to turn around the project. And by the time we turned around the project, the father had passed away from a heart attack. So the last video they have of their father is their wedding. So yeah, you can capture a moment on video. You cannot capture with still photography. Don't get me wrong, still photography is still important. That's what you have on your wall. But videography is one of those things where you can hold it over your husband's head, say, "Hey, you said for better or worse." I have proof of it right here. But it's emotion.
Well,
It's a
yeah, I
different
mean,
type of
you
medium.
did a great job when you videotaped my wedding, and now my wife is using it as evidence in court. So, anyway, tomorrow we are going to talk about a movie that you made that's pretty awesome, and I'm excited about it. It includes some great local talent, and I can't wait. Can you come back tomorrow to talk about
Sure,
it? Okay,
sure, no
cool.
problem. I will be here tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see you tomorrow on another exciting episode of Java with the Gyms. Thank you very much.